It's 8 p.m. Eastern, and this is Open Mic Night number 25 on the East Coast Reflector. I'm N5RTC Terry, and I'll be net controller for the next 30 minutes. Then I'll turn it over to Scott, N7FGP, for the final 30 minutes. Our host tonight is Jason, K4KU, with Mark, K2EDS, doing the logging for us. If you'd like to follow along with us, visit bit.ly/ECR logs and click Open Mic Night. We're going to start with mobile check-ins, then move to our general check-ins. Tonight's question: have you ever made contact with a satellite? Let's go to mobile check-ins, mobiles only. Please give me your call twice and slowly.
N0, Mike, Sierra, Sierra. November 0, Mike, Sierra, Sierra, Mobile. Kilo X-Ray 7 Romeo Alpha Yankee KX7 RAY. Tom, currently in Portland, Oregon area.
Net control, please record AY4BPA. Kilo Yankee 4 Bravo Papa Alpha, Mike in Lexington, Kentucky, in and out.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Tango Charlie Romeo. Kilo Oscar 4, Tango Charlie Romeo.
For OSU, not for Ohio State University, on Wisconsin, in and out.
Let's hold up on the in and outs, please, and let's go on ahead and take mobile operators, please.
Foxtrot 8, Alpha Delta Sierra.
Okay, let's hold up right there. I want to acknowledge KF8 ATS, KO4TCR, KY4BPA, KX7 RAY, and N0 MSS. I can't read tonight. K0 MSS, let us know, have you ever worked a satellite?
Yeah, this is N0 MSS. My wife is K0 MSS, so I'll be the one checking in. Yes, I have worked through satellites. Some of them are a little longer there, like RS-10, decayed and burnt up. And I guess the space station is a satellite. I worked the satellite, or worked the space station as well. So I have done some solar fun, or some space fun, I guess you could call it. Thanks for running the net, N0 MSS.
Thank you, Bob. You know I can't do anything right tonight. Thank you, Ross. At least I'm glad I kept the call letters in the family. Next, KX7 RAY, Thomas in Bend, Oregon. Go ahead.
Good evening. This is KX7 RAY, Tom, and I'm currently located in Portland, Oregon. And nope, I haven't done anything with the satellite system yet. The only thing I've ever done was Starlink, unfortunately. But I'm hoping to get some satellite time down the road here. Back to net.
All right, thank you for that. Next up, KO4TCR, Brandon in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, I just got a new radio by DGC, the VR-N76, and I was playing with it the other night, and I heard the people repeating off the ISS when it came close to Florida, but I didn't get in, but I heard some traffic, but that's about it. But I don't have a directional antenna, just using a whip. So, but other than that, that's about it. Thank you, and you have a great night.
All right, thank you. Next up is KF8ADS, James in Byron Center, Michigan. Go ahead, James. Have you ever had contact with a satellite?
No, Scott, I have not. Actually, I recently getting back into ham. I was a novice back in the mid-70s and dropped out of ham mid-80s. Got back in last year, so I'm just kind of getting back in. Just got my 2-meter up and running and 7-centimeter up and running within the last 2 weeks. So good to be online again. Back at you.
All right, James, thank you, and it's good to have you back. Let's go on ahead and see if there are any more mobile check-ins out there before we take general check-ins. Any mobiles, call sign twice and slowly, please. Kilo Echo 2, Bravo Yankee Tango, mobile. Okay, K2BYTJ, you ever made contact with a satellite? But it definitely is something that I'd like to do eventually. Have a great night, K2BYT. Great, thank you, sir. Appreciate you responding. Now let me see if I moved off my page. There we go. Well, I've been remiss, and so I want to recognize KQ8U. Bob in Michigan. You ever made contact with a satellite?
Area, I have not. Oh, I would like to at some point. Have a good evening. KQ8U,
All right, sir. Well, there's always a first time. So we're going to take general check-ins right now. So general check-ins, come in with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Jupiter 4, Zulu, Foxtrot Michael. Kilo Jupiter 4, Zulu, Foxtrot Michael.
Romeo 4, Echo, X-Ray, Victor. Kilo, Romeo 4, Echo, X-Ray, Victor. W2, RBC, W2, RBC.
More general check-ins. Give us your call sign twice and slowly, please. All right. Well, there's not a pile up to avoid, but if you would like to log in using our text line, it's 716-317-9050. Again, 716-317-9050. Text your call sign, we'll add you to the list, and we'll get you on the air. Also, if you can't text us, you can send an email to text@ecr.radio. So for those of you who, for whatever reason, overseas or whatever, can't text us, want to join us tonight, go on ahead and send an email to us. We'll get you on the log and call you when it's your turn. I want to acknowledge Randy, W2RBC, John, KR4EXV, and Robert, KJ4ZFM. Robert, have you ever made contact with a satellite?
Oh my goodness, no I haven't. I wish. As many satellites that go up into outer space from down there and my QTH in Deltona, Florida. I'm waiting. I'll definitely love to, but no I haven't. To the question. Thank you very much. KJ4GFM.
Thank you, Robert. How about John, KR4EXV?
Good evening to the net. No, I have not, and I've literally just got into the hobby about, 4 or 5 months now at this point, and just that's on my list to do, but no, as of right now, I haven't. It's KR4EXV. Back to you.
All right, John, welcome to the hobby. We hope you'll join us on Open Mic Net or any of our other nets on the East Coast Reflector. This is Terry, N5RTC, and Randy, W2RBC. Welcome.
Good evening, Terry, and everyone on the Open Mic Net. No, I've never made contact with a satellite. I've monitored some, but never made the contact. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
All right, let's go to Vicky, KE8VKY. You ever worked a satellite, Vicky?
Hello. No, I haven't. I keep them in my scan frequencies, but never tried to actually talk to anybody. KE8VKY.
All right. Well, let's have some more general check-ins. General check-ins. Come with your call sign twice and slowly, please.
Kilo 4 Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Kilo. Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Kilo. VE3BZ. VE3BZ.
Victor November, and 2ZVN.
KR4, FLZ, Kilo Romeo 4, Foxtrot Lima Zulu. Kilo Oscar 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot, KO4, WDF, Lee.
Okay, let's stop right there. Let me acknowledge folks on the list. KO4, WDF, N2, ZVN, VE3, VZ, and KE2CCK. Now, at the very beginning of this last round of check-ins, KE2CCK had someone double with him, so that we didn't get a call. Also, that's it. So if I didn't read your call, would you come back and log in, please?
Correction on my call sign, it's VE3BZ, Bravo Zulu. Kilo Oscar 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot, Lee. Kilo Romeo 4, Foxtrot Lima Zulu, KR4, FLZ.
All right, let's stop with that. Let me read back the list of folks who checked in. KR4, FLZ, KO4, WDF, KO4, FSR, N2, ZVN, VE3, BZ, and KE2CCK. Matt in Frankfurt, New York, have you ever made contact with a satellite?
Hey Terry, hey everybody. This is KE2CCK. No, I have not, but I am soon to have the option to do so. This is KE2CCK, back to that.
Very good, thank you, Matt. Let's go to Kevin, VE3BZ, in Victoria Harbor, Ontario.
Hey, good evening, Terry and everyone. Well, I've made one, if you count the ISS as a satellite, I've made one contact through the repeater aboard that to a station in Indiana. Anyway, have a good net. You're doing a great job. Back to you, VE3BZ.
Moving down the list, N2 ZVN, Allen in Kendall, New York.
Well, good evening, Terry, everyone on the net tonight. And yes, I have. And a couple weeks ago, actually, worked the ISS repeater, and it's actually quite easy to do. You can do it with a handheld. And if it gets up above 30 degrees, then you should be able to do it with a handheld. You just need to have some kind of program to, predict when it's going to go overhead and what its height is going to be. And it would actually be pretty easy to do for anybody that wants to and hasn't tried it yet. Just go outside with clear sky and give it a shot. And to ZVN. Everyone have a good night.
back to net.
Thank you, Alan. I imagine there'll be a whole bunch of us out with our handhelds in the yard trying to at least hear the ISS. Let's move to Joe in Sorrento, Florida, K04FRR.
Good evening, Terry and Annette. This is Joe, K04FRR. To answer the question, I was listening, but have not made contact yet. But maybe soon. Have a good night and good job, everybody.
K04 WDF Lee in Waycross, Georgia. Go ahead, Lee.
I've tried a few times with my portable, but I haven't had the chance yet with audio anyways. But I was able to get through the ISS with APRS. I did that before, one time.
Okay, thank you. Brandon in Winter Springs, Florida, KR4FLZ. Go ahead, Brandon.
Good afternoon, everyone on the net. No, I haven't. Yeah, I'm relatively new to the hobby. I got my license in July. Yeah, so it's definitely something on my list of to-dos for the hobby. KR4FLZ, back to net control.
All right, Brandon, thank you. Before we go to another check-in, let me just take ins and outs for those of you who just want to say hi and wave at us. So we'll take ins and outs, please. Call sign twice and slowly.
N1YKT. W2EM, Whiskey 2, Echo Mike, in and out. KN4, TTB, Kilo November 4, Tango Tango Bravo, in and out.
W4 PPX, W4 PPX, in and out.
Niner Tango Juliet Sierra, K9 EJS, in and out. Kilo Charlie 3, Yankee Whiskey Tango, KC3 YWT, in and out.
KK7OGC, KK7OGC.
Kilo Foxtrot 6, Hotel Delta Juliet. Kilo Foxtrot 6, Hotel Delta Juliet.
Okay, let's stop right there with our ins and outs. Let me go on ahead and acknowledge everyone who's just listening. 1 YKT, W2EM, KN4 TTB, and I'm forgetting to do names. KN4 TTB is Steve in Largo, Florida. W4 PPX Dawn in Hollywood. K9 TJS Thomas in Margate, Florida. KC3 YWT Giovanni in North Cambria, Pennsylvania. KK7 OGC Fred in Reno. And last but not least in this round, KF6HDJ Brent in Pensacola, Florida. This is N5 RTC. All right, let's have another round of check-ins, general check-ins. Your call sign twice and slowly, please. Kilo India 5 Whiskey India Charlie, short timer, KI5WIC short timer. N2BH, N2BH. K4KU, K4KU. Let's stop right there. We had a KR5, didn't get the remaining letters, who said they were a short timer. KR5 station, would you come back to us, please, with your call twice and slowly? I'm sorry, sir. There's so much noise along with your signal that we cannot copy you well. I don't know if it's a matter of just walking across the room or what you might need to do. We'll give you one more chance if we don't get your call. In fact, let me just suggest that you text your call sign to our text line, 716-317-9050. And like I said, if you could walk across the room or whatever, maybe there's a location where we'd be able to hear you better. Let's continue with general check-ins. Calls twice and slowly, please.
AR. Mobile, short time.
Kilo Charlie 7, India Uniform Papa. Kilo Charlie 7, India Uniform Papa.
Well, let's stop there. We had a short timer. We weren't able to copy your call sign. Would you come back, please, so that we can put you on the log?
Kilo Juliet 5 Kilo Alpha Romeo KJ5KAR.
Okay, let me acknowledge who we have. KJ5KAR Marvin in Jacksonville, Arkansas. KC7IUP Rod in Ely, Nevada. K4KU, tonight's host on the net, Jason in Atlanta. K2BH, Bill in Palmyra, New York. And KQ4GLY, Chris in Parrish, Florida. Chris, let's start with you. Have you ever had contact with a satellite? KQ4GLY. Go ahead.
Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Lima Yankee. Good evening, Terry.
No, I have not made a contact with the satellite yet. Back to you, KQ4 TLY.
All right, Chris, thank you. I'm going to turn net control duties over to Scott and 7FGP. It's been my pleasure to be your net control station for the last 30 minutes. This is N5 RTC standing by.
Thank you, Terry. This is Scott in 7FGP in Houston, Texas. And let's continue on down the list. And let's go to our mobile station, Marvin in Jacksonville, KJ5KAR. Good evening, Marvin.
Good evening to everyone on the net. No, I have not made contact to a satellite, but not because I have not been trying. I have been trying many times and have not yet been able to do it. But I will not stop. I will continue on until I finally make contact. Back to you.
All right, Marvin, thank you for that. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of fun, and just keep trying. All right, let's get on down to the next person on our list, which is Bill in Palmyra, New York, N2BH. Bill, have you ever made contact with a satellite?
Good evening, everybody. No, that's not something I've tried yet. It's on the list along with several other things. N2BH.
All right, Bill. Yeah, you know, there's always something, isn't there? Always something new to try. All right, well, thank you for checking in tonight, and let's go to Jason in Atlanta, Georgia, K4KU. Good evening, Jason.
Hey, good evening, Scott and Terry. You're both doing a great job, and Mark is on the logs here. Mark, I don't think it's fair that you don't have to spell anything exotic or unusual tonight, but, you know, there that is. Anyway, I have not made contact with a satellite. That's something I still have to get into. You guys have been a great net control so far, and I'm looking forward to Scott's second half. So this is K4KU, back to net.
All right, Jason, thanks. Thank you for being there tonight. Let's move on down to Rod in Ely, Nevada, KC7IUP. Hello, Rod.
Hey, good evening, and good evening to the net. KC7IUP. Actually, I emailed in to have this done. I don't know if this is from my request or not, but
Hey, just wondering why is there music playing in the background?
and Meteor Scatter is still on my bucket list. Everybody have a good evening. KC7IUP.
All right, Rod, thank you for checking in tonight. Let's move on down the list, and next on the list is the main man himself, Dick, in Eden, New York, WB2JPQ. Good evening, Dick.
Well, good evening, Scott. Welcome aboard. Nice having a little chat with you in the Zoom room before the net this evening. Yes, I've worked many satellites over my 60-some years. Of course, they weren't up all those years, but I often tell the story. I recorded Sputnik back when Sputnik was going. I guess that was in the 50s sometime, so I actually have recordings of that. So can't really count that as working a satellite, but that was all pre-stuff. Thank you. Good job, everybody. This is WB2JPQ.
Well, thanks, Dick. Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd like to hear that someday. All right, let's move on down, and we have some text check-ins here. First is Mike in DeBerry, Florida. K2CMT. Mike, have you ever worked a satellite?
good evening, Scott, and you and Terry both sounding good here tonight. No, I've only on the receive side, kind of like Joe and a few of others said. I've listened and been able to pick up and listen to other people's work them, but haven't returned the favor yet. Everyone have a good evening. This is K2CMT in DeBerry, Florida.
All right, Mike, thank you for checking in tonight. Let's move on down the list, and next we have John in Buffalo, New York. KK4JJK. Good evening, John.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. And Scott, thanks for doing that. I built a tape measure Yagi for my handheld, and I was able to pick up quite a few satellites passing over, but there's such a pile, especially when the space station goes over. It's crazy. You got to be ready. You got to be listening. You got to have a second handheld to listen to the downlink, and it's hard. It's not an easy thing to do, but I have heard a bunch, but I have not got a QSO off the repeater from the satellites yet. But appreciate the question, and thanks for taking my check-in. 73, back to Nite Control. This is KK4JJK.
All right, John, thank you for checking in. And boy, you are right. It does take a lot of juggling there to do that. And those things move pretty darn quick, so you got to be ready. All right, let's move on down to Terry in Hartford, Tennessee. KF4ACB. Good evening, Terry. Have you ever worked a satellite?
Harrogate, Tennessee. No, I've never worked satellite, but I did have a young lady accuse me of bouncing my signal off Mars once.
All right, thank you for checking in tonight, Terry. Let's see, next we have Mark in Elmira, New York, KE2EDS, helping keep me on track tonight. Good evening, Mark, how are you?
Evening, Scott, and the rest of the crew. You're doing a great job, as well as Terry. And don't worry, Jason, next week we're going to do exotic islands. What is the most exotic island have you contacted? So it's going to be the spelling bee for you. I like watching and seeing you sweat, but you got a lot. As far as satellite contact, no, I've never made a satellite contact. I think it would be really cool, but again, I'm a new ham. Started in October, so long way to go. Have a great evening, and again, guys, keep up the good work. KE2EDS.
All right, Mark, thank you for being there tonight, and thank you for everything you do with the net. All right, we're about ready to take some more check-ins, so if you would like to check in to tonight's open mic net, dyslexia, I guess. All right, need your call sign twice. Slowly. Go ahead.
Lima Echo, K4ULE. Name is Jerry, and I'm here in Hopkinsville.
N5RTC. N5RTC.
N0TIS. N0TIS.
All right, well, we have a few there. Let's go through this list. We have N0TIS, Otis in Beaumont. Terry in Austin. Hey, good job, Terry. N5RTC, and we have Gerald. It looks like this is Gerald's first time checking in. K4ULE. Gerald, it's your turn. Have you made contact with the satellite?
you got that off the whip, but I go by Jerry. Yes, I have. Back in the 90s, I made several satellite contacts and made contact with the space station. And I have two, the UHF, VHF crossed antennas. I've got two of them. I bought one way back, and then I won one in a ham fest. So I'm in good shape for satellite work, but haven't done any in years. And I keep thinking, man, I got to get that thing out and get out here in the yard and do a little satellite work. But I just don't have time, I guess. I don't know. My time is short. I'm retired, been retired for, well, since, I don't know, 15, 16 years now. And, man, you get retired, you don't have time to do anything, and you can't get nothing done in a short time. Like when you was working, man, you zip, zip, zip. But when you get retired, you just slow down and take your time. So that's my story. I'm here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. So back to net control. This K4ULE.
All right, Jerry. Thank you for checking in tonight, and we made a note of your name there. So you're right, we do get that off of QRZ. So we've got a note in here to call you Jerry. Let's move on down to Terry, N5 RTC. Good evening, Terry.
Hi, Scott. Thank you. I hope I did as good a job as you're doing as net control, because you're doing great, sir. Thank you. No, I have not had contact with satellite. I have heard ISS, but never tried QSO or anything like that. This is N5 RTC, back to net control.
All right, Terry. Terry, thank you for checking in, and thank you for doing the first part of the net tonight. You did a great job. And by the way, this is Scott N7FGP in Houston, Texas. Move on down to the next person on the list, which is Otis in Beaumont, Texas, N0TIS. Good evening, Otis. Have you ever made contact with a satellite?
Good evening, Scott. Terry, you did a great job, by the way. Really, really did. Let's see. No, I've never made contact. In my radio and television career, I've, of course, tweaked in a lot of satellites, but never made contact. I still want to go to the space station and talk to people from the space station. That's a dream, I guess. But anyway, good evening to everybody. N0TIS Otis, about 90 miles away from Scott.
All right, Otis, thank you for checking in tonight. And you're right, that is kind of the challenge there, is to talk to the astronauts, because it's not always by the radio, but it's pretty easy to hit the repeater. All right, so that is the end of that list. So let's see if we can get some more check-ins. If you would like to check in to the open mic night, I need your call sign twice, please, slowly. Go ahead.
Kilo Bravo 9, Mike Quebec Delta. Kilo Bravo 9, Mike Quebec Delta, tape 9M2D.
VK3AWA, VK3AWA. November 5, Golf India, N5GI.
right, it looks like we got a few there. First of all, we have Rick in the Villages, Florida, N5GI. We have Tony in Jamestown, New York. Oh, KD2DPO. And we have Jack in West Terre Haute, Indiana, KB9MQD. Jack, it's your turn. Have you ever worked or made contact with a satellite? KB9MQD, Jack, are you there? All right, let's move on down the list and go to Tony in Jamestown, New York, KD2DPO. You know, Tony, I'm moving to Jamestown here pretty soon. Have you ever worked a satellite? It's your turn.
Yo, no, I haven't. I tried, but I couldn't get it going here. I got a new handheld that would pick up satellites, but I don't know how to do it. So I'll say 73 to everybody, and have a good holiday coming up. So KD2, DCO, be clear.
All right, thank you for checking in tonight, Tony. And yeah, those new radios that adjust for the Doppler shift are pretty cool. Let's move on down to Rick in the Villages, Florida, N5GI. Good evening, Rick. How about you? Have you ever worked a satellite before?
Well, first time on the net at night here, and I can say, no, that's still on the to-do list. I did recently put the ISS repeater frequencies into my radio, and I heard on one pass it wasn't directly overhead, but it broke squelch and I could hear some audio, but it was very quick. It was here and then it was gone. So I'm going to try to work the ISS, and no, I haven't worked any of the other birds. But someday, we hope to do that. Back to net, N5GI. Oh, and by the way, did you hear the VK3 station checking in?
Hi, Rick. Thank you for checking in. And yeah, I have him on my list, and we're going to him next. Daryl in Paradise Beach, VK3AWA. Good evening, Daryl.
Good evening, Scott, and those listening on the net. Very windy morning here in Paris. And the answer to your question is yes, I worked quite a few satellites when I went through my satellite phase of amateur radio. Back to you, Scott, and good job.
All right, Daryl, thank you for checking in tonight. And that brings me to the bottom of my list. So let's go ahead and get some more check-ins. If you would like to check in, I need your call sign twice, slowly. Now's your chance. Go ahead.
Recheck for KF6HDJ, KF6HDJ. Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Zulu Romeo. Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Zulu Romeo. Chris, San Antonio.
All right, I picked up a couple there. Have KJ5LJR Gibson. It looks like this is your first check-in.
Let's see, we have KF6HDJ with a recheck. Brent in Pensacola. Hi, Brent. Let's go with your...
Back in now that I actually have time that I can answer the question. And no, I have never done any satellite work. I was looking into it when I was only a no-code tech, and then I got my Tech Plus in general, and the HF side of things swept me away. Back to net control. Have a great evening. KF6HDJ.
All right, Brent. Thank you for checking in tonight. Let's see, this last call sign, we need to confirm that because we're not sure that this is the right call sign. KJ5LJR. Or if you have something that's similar to that and you tried to check in, come back with your call sign one more time, please.
That might have been me. It's Kilo Juliet 5 Lima Zulu Romeo. Kilo Juliet 5 Lima Zulu Romeo. Chris from San Antonio.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense there. KJ5LZR. Chris in San Antonio. Hi Chris, have you ever worked a satellite before?
I've tried to figure it out. I'm still new to the radio. I got licensed back in July, so that was the first things I tried to figure out and didn't realize how quick and how much thought goes into the Doppler effect and trying to get everything going. So on the radio, no, I have not tried to get with the satellite just yet. But other than that, I mean, satellite TV, I've hooked up satellite dishes and stuff like that for cable TV. But that's about all I've done. Back to net. Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Zulu Romeo.
All right, Chris, thank you for checking in tonight. Yeah, it is a lot of fun, and you do need to multitask on that. Anyhow, this is Scott in 7FGP in Houston, Texas, and this is the open mic night on the East Coast Reflector. And we're looking for more check-ins. If you would like to check into tonight's open mic night, I need your full call sign twice, slowly. Go ahead.
K4 GDF, K4 GDF.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
All right, I picked up a couple there. I have Roger in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. N4 RHE. I have Gil in Orlando, Florida. K4 GDS. Good evening, Gil. Have you ever worked or made contact with a satellite? Go ahead.
Good evening, Scott. You're doing a great job there, and no, I haven't. Haven't had a chance to do that. I've listened for ISS a few times, but never made contact with anyone there. K4 GDS, back to net.
All right, Gil, thank you for being out there tonight and checking in. Check with Roger in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, N4 RHE. Good evening, Roger. How are you tonight?
Good evening, Scott. Both you and Jerry sound good and appreciated. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. I'm doing well. No, I have not.
But I have heard some humans here on Earth that are way out there. November 4, Roger, I'm enthusiast. Return to net.
Well, Roger, you know, I think I've made contact like that myself. All right, thank you for checking in, and thank you for the little laughter there. So, let's see, we're getting close to the top of the hour here. Let's go ahead and do some more general check-ins real quick and see if there's anybody else out there that would like to check in. Need your full call sign twice, and slowly go ahead. Well, let's see if there are any in and out check-ins out there. Anybody want to check in to the open mic night? In and out. Need your call sign twice. Slowly. Go ahead.
Kilo Echo 2 Bravo Delta Oscar. Kilo Echo 2 Bravo Delta Oscar. In and out.
Kilo 6 Bravo Zulu K6 GBZ. In and out.
Kilo Echo 2 Echo Hotel India KE2 EHI. In and out.
Kilo
Net control, please copy. Kilo Charlie 3 Yankee Victor Delta.
Foxtrot Golf.
Kilo Charlie 3 Yankee Victor Delta. In and out. Back to net.
Yankee 2 Bravo India Lima.
In and out.
All right, let's go ahead and hold it up there. We kind of had a little bit of a pile up. Let me tell you who I got here, and if you don't hear your call sign, then I'll need you to come back and give it to me again. And so let's see, I have William, KC3YVD. Thank you for checking in. I have Thomas in Cameron Park, K6 GBZ. Thank you, Cameron. I have Richard in Schuyler Falls, New York, KE2BDO. If I didn't call you and you just tried to check in and out, give me your call sign twice. Slowly. Go ahead.
KE2EHI, Kilo Echo 2, Echo Hotel
DWB Northwest Ohio Mobile. In and out.
DY2BIL, Papa Yankee 2, Bravo India Lima.
Kilo Charlie 3 Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3 Foxtrot Golf Delta. In and out.
All right then, let's see. I have PY2B from Brazil. We have KE2EHI, and I think that was about it. So we're about out of time here. So I want to thank everybody out there who's checked in tonight. I want to thank Mark and Jason in the background and everybody else in the background that's helped keeping everything up and running. This is Scott, N7FGP in Houston, Texas, and I'm going to say 7-3 and returning all the frequencies to normal and undirected amateur use. Good evening, everyone. KR4FWS, KR4FWS. Can I please just have a quick signal report, please? New radio. I suspect there's something wrong with it, but just let me know if you can hear me. Thanks.
This is KR4FLZ. Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear. Well, not loud, but your gain is a little low, but you're definitely readable. All right, back in.
KR4FWS, I appreciate that. It sounds to me like I'm transmitting fine, but my receiving is still good, so I appreciate that. Again, KR4FWS, thanks, out.
Glad that you were able to set up this procedure. I just think situations like this, but I did let her know that I had a very important schedule time.
Looking for the audio report. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Romeo. Your station's coming in crystal clear, 5-9. The other two stations that tried to respond, very staticky, a lot of interference, and messages are all garbled up. Back to you, this is Kilo Juliet 5.
Kilo Julia 5, I appreciate that. Yeah, I had the other group of folks that were trying to help me out, I couldn't quite get them, but it sounded to me like they were receiving me good to go. I appreciate your help. This is KR4FWS. Bye.
Mike, this is Kilo Juliet 5 Bravo Yankee Zulu. Do you copy?